Hi, folks. Good morning. Now, I'm actually going to be jumping to kind of an unusual topic. I'm a little bit surprised about this information I'm going to put out because it's not something I expected. Now, let me jump right into it. Off the coastline of Florida in the Gulf, the the seafloor, guys, is collapsing. Actually, it already has collapsed, but more of it is going to collapse. What's going on? This is what's going on. Now, keep in mind, I did a video a couple days ago about the Mississippi River that cracks are forming in the Mississippi River. Now, the Mississippi River go all the way from I think Maryland, go all the way into the Gulf. Yes, it shoot all the way down to the Gulf, and right around the entrance of the Mississippi River going into the Gulf, around that area, they're actually having these things forming called blue holes. Now, I am familiar with blue holes. You see blue holes a lot in the Caribbean, more in the Caribbean in on islands than anywhere else. But not much. I wasn't that informed that you'll see a lot of it in the Gulf, but what's happening now is that they're forming. Now, these blue holes go all the way up to 80 feet in width, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Basically, the sea floor is collapsing. Those limestones are basically deteriorating like crazy, and it's forming new channels under the sea floor in a way that experts have never seen before. It's puzzling them. They have no idea of the outcome of what's going to happen. Now, they're not saying this. I'm the one saying this. I really believe this is coming from the split that's happening in the Mississippi River, the plates that shifted. So, because of the Mississippi River, what's happening along the Mississippi River, it's affecting the ocean floor in the Gulf, around the shorelines, not way out in the ocean. It's close to the shoreline of the Gulf, of right around Florida, Tallahassee. A lot of it's happening around Tallahassee. Now, how it's going to affect people? Um, it's going to affect people with the level of the ocean water along the shorelines. They're expecting a rise in seawater. Um, the instability of instability of landform, erosion. They're expecting a lot of erosion along the coastline is going to start occurring because the bigger these sinkhole get, the more unstable the land around the coastline will be. So Florida, hate to say this, but you just end up in a place where you guys don't want to be. Now Florida is no different. That side of Florida is no different than basically California. So huge sinkholes in the ocean floor in the Gulf is completely unstable. Huge sinkholes are forming like crazy along the ocean floor, baffling experts. And they said these sinkholes are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's no ending to it. They don't know the outcome of it, but according to what I saw, is that the outcome is not going to be pretty. I don't want to go there. This is new information that's coming out because they just start releasing this information at the end of March. Now they're just starting to make it even more public. So this is really new information. The USGS is slowly bringing this information out. So around the Gulf, the coastline of the Gulf is starting to be very unstable. So if you live around the Gulf, the coastline of the Gulf, Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it, same Gulf, same water, it's not looking good. A lot of instability is going to happen in the future. All right. So I'm just letting you guys know what's happening and what's coming. Now, also, let me head back to the west coast of California. So that's for now for Florida. I will get back on that with another video, that topic with another video. The west coast of Florida, sorry, the west coast of California, Northern California, had like eight quakes this morning, back to back to back hit. The biggest was 4.4. They have a 4.4 and a 4.1. They had a lot of threes. Now, the reason why there's a swarm of earthquake happening basically south of the Cascade subduction zone, north of California, is because of what's happening with the volcanic eruption um, that Axosema. This is what's causing these seismic swarm of earthquake, and it's not going to stop until that eruption is done and over with. So I just want you folks to get ready if you're over there in California. There's a lot of earthquake coming your way. Northern California moving over into Oregon, but it's not really on the sea. It's not really on the land. It's really in the water, not that far out in the water. It's south of the Cascade subduction zone. Now, the Cascade subduction zone also got hit. It was like a 3.1. more earthquakes is coming for the Cascade subduction zone, folks. There's a lot of instability happening there. So basically, what's happening in Florida is also happening in California, for the exception of a volcanic eruption. The seafloor is going to drop when the volcanic eruption happen. Same thing that's happening in Florida. The seafloor is dropping, it's breaking apart. There's no different. The difference now between Florida, the Gulf of Florida, and the West Coast is that magma is going to hit the West Coast, and I'm not even sure if it will hit Florida. It might hit Florida, it might not. At this point, they really don't have much information to give yet on the situation in Florida, but I will keep you guys um, brief on that. So again, what's there's a storm of earthquake happening in Northern California. They had a big 4.4 early this morning. They had like 8 of them back to back. I said this was coming, and the even bigger quakes is coming for California. I want you guys to get yourself ready, get prepared, stay alert, because I mean, this is not a joking situation, folks. It's happening. I know it's something humans don't want to hear because of cognitive dissonance, because it's going to literally change the way everything they've been taught. This is how a reality. It's not. So what I'm saying is going against your perception of reality, and it will create cognitive dissonance. And I get it. I get it. The first thing people want to do is just shove me away and say what I'm saying is incorrect. But we'll see. And I know for a fact it's coming and it's going to happen. I'm getting you folks ready. It's getting really bad over there on the west coast of California, and it's just escalating to a point where the eruption is just going to be imminent, and it's anytime now, basically. So basically, also the same thing is going to be happening in Florida, for now, except for the volcanic eruption. The sea floor of the Gulf is cracking, it's falling apart, and let's see where this one goes. And there's, according to experts, they said it's just gonna get bigger. These cracks in this infrastructure under the seafloor is just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's basically worse and worse. So let's see how that turns out. I'll keep you guys informed. I hope this information helped. If you're on the coastline of Florida along the Gulf, be aware, because there's things going on that you get a lot of people are not aware of. So thank you so much for watching my video. Ciao, and I appreciate you. Love you all.